Julie and Peters. Julie Ann Peters, born January 16, 1952, is an American author of young adult fiction. Peters has published 20 works, mostly novels, geared toward children and adolescents, many of which feature LGBT characters. In addition to the United States, Peters's books have been published in numerous countries, including South Korea, China, Croatia, Germany, France, Italy, Indonesia, Turkey, and Brazil. Her 2004 book Luna was the first young adult novel with a transgender character to be released by a mainstream publisher. Early life and education. Julie Ann Peters was born in Jamestown, New York, on January 1, 1952. When she was 5, her family moved to the suburbs of Denver, Colorado. Her parents divorced when she was in high school. She has 3 siblings, a brother, John, and 2 younger sisters, Jean and Susan. Peters received a BA in elementary education from Colorado Women's College in 1974, with a minor in French. She taught 5th grade for a year, until she and the principal mutually agreed that teaching was not the career for her. Peters then returned to school, earning a B.S. in Computer and Management Science from the Metropolitan State University of Denver in 1985. During the next 10 years, Peters worked as a research analyst, computer programmer, and systems engineer. In 1989, Peters earned an MBA from the University of Colorado, Denver, with emphasis in information systems. Careers. Peters first worked as a teacher, teaching 5th grade and working as a special needs education assistant in the Jefferson County School District in Lakewood, Colorado, 1975. Peters then worked as a secretary, research assistant, computer programmer, and systems analyst for Tracom Corporation in Denver from 1975 until 1984. Following this, Peters was a computer systems engineer for Electronic Data Systems in Denver from 1985 until 1988. Peters began her writing career with the publication of her first 2 books, The Stinky Sneakers Contest, illustrated by Ket Bowman Smith, Peters lives with her wife, Sherry Leggett, in Lakewood, Colorado. Published works. The Stinky Sneakers Contest, 1992. Risky Friends, 1993. VJ's Billion Dollar Bet, 1995. How Do You Spell GEEK? 1996. Revenge of the Snob Squad, 1998. Romance of the Snob Squad, 1999. Love Me, Love My Broccoli, 1999. Define Normal, 2000. A Snitch in the Snob Squad, 2001. Keeping You a Secret, 2003. Luna, 2004. Far From Xanadu, 2005, later republished as Pretend You Love Me. Between Mom and Joe, 2006. GRL Tugel, 2007. Rage, A Love Story, 2009. By the Time You Read This I'll Be Dead, 2010. She Loves You Not. 2011. GRL Tugel 2, 2012. It's Our Prom So Deal With It, 2012. Lies My Girlfriend Told Me, 2014. Sawyer's Movie, 2015. Do Not Tell Our Secret, 2017. Summary of selected works. Keeping You a Secret. Holland Jaeger, 17, is in her senior year of high school. She has a steady boyfriend and is under pressure from her mother to be accepted into an Ivy League school. Her life rapidly turns another direction when a new girl, Cease, arrives at school and Holland begins to question her sexuality. What starts out a confusing girl crush becomes Holland's realization that she is in love with Cease. When Holland is outed as a lesbian to her family and friends, she faces homophobia and ostracism, ultimately learning to build a new life for herself with the support of her new girlfriend, Cease. Luna. Regan is the only one who can see her older brother Liam's true self. Liam slips into Regan's room night after night to transform into Luna. Regan is always there for Liam, sacrificing everything from sleep to grades to friends to help counsel and protect her brother. Liam is a constant disappointment to his conventional and conservative father, despite the fact that Liam is a straight-A student and computer genius. As Liam reaches a crucial turning point, Regan continues to have flashes of memories where Liam's true identity surfaces, such as lusting over his best friend, Ali's, girlish birthday presents, and singing and dancing to Madonna at Regan's slumber party. Through Luna's internet research and T-Girl mentor, Regan learns about appropriate transgender terminology and about a variety of issues affecting transgender people. In a horrifying revelation for Regan, she realizes that their mother has known about Liam's secret but ignored it, deliberately putting him in harm's way. With Regan's unfailing love and support, Liam begins the transition from a withdrawn boy into a vibrant young woman full of hope. Luna was the first young adult novel with a transgender character to be released by a mainstream publisher, which occurred in 2004. Far from Xanadu retitled, Pretend You Love Me. In this book, Peters sets a strong-willed butch lesbian in a small, close-knit, Midwestern town based on M.E. Care's novel Deliver Us from Evie, which had been released 10 years prior. Both novels focus on lesbian gender roles. In the first chapter, the main character, Mike, has an easy acceptance of herself and her orientation without the reader knowing her gender until another character does. Mike finds herself falling for a gorgeous city girl named Xanadu and is determined to make Xanadu love her back just as fiercely, despite the fact that Xanadu is straight. Mike is also dealing with the aftermath of her father's suicide as well as her family's ongoing financial issues. Mike pines for Xanadu throughout the story. Xanadu knows what Mike wants, and her responses are unpredictable to both Mike and the reader. Mike's spirit wins her the affection of the whole town when she's on the softball field, and that further enhances her dream of playing at the college level. Between Mom and Joe. In this novel, protagonist, Nick, tells the story of growing up with two mothers. His birth mother, known as Mom, is a straight-laced lawyer, while her partner, Joe, is a no-nonsense laborer. The family deals with an array of problems like Mom's breast cancer, Joe's alcoholism, and the bullies that are not tolerant of the family's lifestyle. Nick is completely devastated when his two mothers split, due to rising tensions in their relationship. Since Joe has no legal claim over Nick, his biological mother refuses to let them see each other and wants to be Nick's focus. Nick becomes depressed due to being denied contact with Joe and having to deal with his mom's new partner, and the stressful breakup endangers Joe's sobriety. Eventually, Nick's mom begrudgingly realizes that Nick and Joe have a strong bond that cannot be easily broken. Rage, a love story. Johanna is a senior in high school living in an apartment above the home occupied her older sister Tessa. Both her parents have died and she has come out as a lesbian to Tessa and to her best friend Novak. A teacher ropes her into tutoring Robbie, a boy with mild autism, so that he can graduate. Johanna discovers that surprisingly Robbie is the twin brother of Johanna's secret crush, Reeve Hart. As Johanna tries to get closer to Reeve, she begins to experience some of the physical abuse that is part of Reeve's daily life, living with a drug-addicted mother and a violent uncle. Because Johanna believes she is in love with Reeve, she suffers through emotional. By the time you read this, I'll be dead. This novel follows the main character, Dalen, as she makes a promise to commit suicide. Dalen has made suicide attempts before, but she is determined that this will be the last. She signs onto a website that guides and prepares people for their end, known as their date of determination. The site suggests different methods to kill oneself and how effective and painful these methods are. In a neck brace and mute, Dalen writes about her daily life in a web log as she waits for clearance from the site to kill herself. Her daily routine is broken when a pesky boy, Santana, sits next to her after class one day. Despite Dalen's hostility, Santana won't go away. Though she is uncommunicative, Dalen is adamant in sharing her story as her date of determination draws closer and closer. In a desperate attempt, Dalen spills her story on a through-the-light chat room, but everyone ignores her, too absorbed in their own problems to notice. Awards. Peters has won numerous awards including KC Reading Award, Greater Kansas City Association of School Librarians in 1995 for the Stinky Sneakers contest. Best Book in Language Arts, K6 Novels, Society of School Librarians International in 1997 for How Do You Spell Geek. Top Hand Award for Young Adult Fiction, Colorado Authors League in 1998 for Revenge of the Snob Squad. Best Books for Young Adults Selection, Popular Paperbacks for Young Adults Selection and Quick Pick for Reluctant Young Adult Readers Selection. All-American Library Association ALA Awards in 2004 Define Normal. Best Books for Young Adults Selection and Popular Paperbacks for Young Adults Selection. ALAT Books for the Teen Age Selection, New York Public Library and Lambda Literary Award finalist in 2003 for Keeping You a Secret. Amelia Bloomer Project recommended feminist books for youth and Stonewall Honor Book. ALAT in 2004 for Keeping You a Secret. Buxtehude Bull nomination, National Book Award in Young People's Literature finalist in 2004 for Luna. Best Books for Young Adults Selection, ALAT Books for the Teen Age Selection, New York Public Library, Stonewall Honor Book, and Lambda Literary Award finalist in 2005 for Luna. Rainbow Reads Selection, ALAT in 2005 for Far From Xanadu. Best Books for Young Adults Selection and Quick Pick for Reluctant Young Adult Readers Selection, ALAT and Books for the Teen Age Selection, New York Public Library in 2006 for Far From Xanadu. Lambda Literary Award, James Cook Teen Book Award, Ohio Library Council, Sybils Award finalist, and Rainbow Reads selection in 2006 for Between Mom and Joe. Golden Crown Literary Award finalist and Rainbow Reads selection in 2007 for GRL Tugel. Books for the Teen Age Selection, New York Public Library, and Cooperative Children's Books Center Choice designation in 2008 for GRL Tugel.